Here we go. Today is July 31st, 2024, and we're going into Perent Lake. Entry point 36. We are here, and we're going to go all the way down this little creek, Hog Creek, into Perent Lake. So, let's get the boat loaded and get on this creek. All right, very, very short portage down to the landing on Hog Creek. Just a bunch of steps. Good thing about it is I'm fully loaded with gear, so going downhill is pretty easy. And hopefully I'll get rid of a lot of the food while I'm out there for, what, 3 nights? I'll be a little bit lighter coming back. So here's Hog Creek. Here's Hog Creek. Let's get on the water. All right, I'm on the creek, Hog Creek. Went through 2 beaver dams I floated over, 1 short portage, and it's just this really pleasant, meandering little creek. Twins and, spins and turns, and very pleasant. It is warm, and starting to get a little clouds, high-level clouds, but we have a nice cool breeze. All right, back to work. Really beautiful spots. Made it to Perent Lake. I think it's about 2 hours now to find a campsite. Well, there's one right there. It's pretty close to the portage. So, well, the wind's kind of picking up, so that's kind of concerning. So let's go see what we can find for a campsite. Wow, this is a really pretty lake. I'm on the east side. And look at all these little islands. And this right here is an island. I'm going to go up and take a look at that campsite, because if the wind comes to the west, you're pretty protected. And plus, if I want to come out and fish when it's windy outside, should I want to come back and fish, you have some protection. So let's go scope this out. That could be home. Yeah, I'm liking this site. I am liking this site. Look at the nice fire grate, slightly elevated. Clean. It's clean, which makes me happy. A lot of mature trees. We get any wind out of the west, we're protected. It's got some nice glacial erratics. So the work is going to start for that glacial erratic. It's got shade. I think I'll set the tarp up here. And Monsieur Una is going to go back in here. I found the perfect group of trees. Someone chopped that down and left it hung up in the trees. Huh. I don't like they have these stumpy stumps. That's tripping hazards. So I sleep back in here, away from where I cook and where I eat. Yeah, this is nice. So this is going to be my spot right here. I already checked the trees. Nice and solid. Nice and solid. Nice and solid. And I'm on an island in the Boundary Waters. I've always wanted to camp on an island. All right, let's get set up. Let's get set up. Hey, it's 6 o'clock. Man, what an afternoon. I got here, came down Hog Creek, finally arrived here. It was really, really windy. And all of a sudden the wind stopped. And man, it was like 91, 92 degrees, humid. So I kind of putzed around camp, got things set up, got a small bunch of firewood for tonight for a small fire. I actually brought a gathered-in hammock. I bet you never thought you'd see me in a gathered-in hammock. I spent some time in that. Oh, isn't that little rock table really cool? Yeah, it's gonna be handy. So I filtered water, set up the tarp, got the tent set up, got the bear bag hung. I like doing that right away. That way it's up off the ground and critters can't get it. Because up here in the Boundary Waters area, canoe, wilderness, there are chipmunks, there are mice, and they love to chew. Chew, 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 chew. So back in the woods here. Still not much of a breeze. Temperature has come down, but it's still warm and it's humid. So I got the Una back here. Yeah. Yeah. Got that set up. What a great night's sleep. What a great night's sleep. But really enjoying this campsite. Tomorrow I'll go out and I'll do some fishing in the morning. But man, it was just so hot. And coming down that Hog Creek, there wasn't much of a breeze. I came and I was dehydrated, even though I was drinking water all the way. So I mixed up some potions, elixirs that help, you know, replenish potassium and salts. Took a little nap, got things organized, but just took it easy. And the interesting thing is, camping on an island, your firewood's kind of difficult, because as you can see, that's all chopping. So I don't do very big fires when I'm by myself, just enough for a little ambiance. All right, now it's time to wash up and get ready for dinner. Yeah. And check the weather. Always need to do that. You know, I'm always really impressed with Camp Chow food. I really am. Got this one just boiling up. But look at the mushrooms. Look at the mushrooms. Look at the mushrooms. All right, got it boiling, starting to get a little creamy. It's off to the cozy it goes. Yum, yum. Well, let's see how the wild mushroom Alfredo turned out. Oh, look at that. Let me grab my spoon off my Schwarzenbean table. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Gotta have a piece of my bread. Stone fire. Garlic. And wild mushroom Alfredo. Yum. Yum, yum. The end of day one, July 31st. Just a little small fire to cap off and drink with my tea. You know, the interesting thing is I got overheated coming in today. I drank a lot of water all the way in. By the time I got here, I set up camp and I was kind of lethargic. So I did drink one of my, I think it's called liquid IVs. But it's got potassium, it's got salt, it's got minerals and all that kind of good stuff. Electrolytes. I felt better, took a nap, but what a glorious campsite. We're supposed to have rain, but the rain kind of didn't come. So I got everything put down. It is, what time is it? About 9. Again, just a little fire, a little fire. I can't wait to explore this lake. I thought for sure that I would not enjoy this trip. I was supposed to bring a newbie in and it got canceled, so I came in as a solo. And it's pretty easy. You know, from the parking lot, it's down a bunch of stairs, you're in. There's one portage and one major beaver dam that will be an issue coming out but not going in. And the thing meanders forever. But the lake is interesting. Oh my gosh. This is Perent Lake. It's got all these little glacial erratics. It's got all these little islands. And I just can't wait to explore it. Yeah. So I'm going to drink my tea. I'm going to wind down. I'm going to bid you adieu. I'll bid you adieu. Till tomorrow. Well, good morning. Boy, did I sleep absolutely rock hard. Wow. Yesterday was just, it was a weird day. It was one of these hot, muggy, humid days. It was in the mid-90s. Woke up this morning at 68. High is going to be almost 80, but slightly under. And I want to show you something about this campsite I think is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Again, I'm really impressed with the high use this campsite obviously gets. It is pretty clean. I found nothing. Nothing. But again, the islands, the campsite's on an island. This is an island. I am a rock. I am on an island. Ha! But down here at the end, again, this lake is not all that deep. I think the deepest part's maybe 25 to 30 feet. But there's glacial erratic sticking out everywhere. Now here's where it gets cool. Look at this. Look at this. Isn't this neat? See, to me, this is personality. There's an island there. There's another island here. All right, on to breakfast, of course. My Boundary Water egg extraordinaire. Yeah, out for a little stroll on Perent Lake. The more I paddle this, the more I think about it, the more I look at the map. This is really an intriguing lake. It's pretty easy to get to. It's a long paddle down a winding creek, one short 10-rod portage. But it's got all these islands and nooks and crannies to explore. Very, very interesting lake. Perent Lake, off of Hog Creek. All right, here's the farthest campsite to the north on Perent Lake. You know, look at this rock shelf here for landing. The water's not very deep at all. This is perfect. Got some gravel in there, some sand. Pretty open site, looks like. Nothing very spectacular. Horseflies are out. Fire grate, big logs. Yeah, pretty nondescript. Oh, someone left some wood. Always the right thing to do. That's an interesting tree. Yeah, It would do in a pinch. I'd rate it probably 2.5 or 3 star, just because of the landing. You will get breeze here, which is a good thing, especially this time of year. There's an old white pine, I bet. Wow. Yeah. Nothing to write home about. I gotta get out of here. The horsefly's starting to eat me alive. More to come. It's interesting structure. Just a plethora of these little outcroppings and islands. What a gorgeous lake. Yeah, spruce tree growing out of a rock. Out from the island. Pretty cool. Ah, back at the ranch. Now you notice up here, I try to leave something out in full view, so if someone is looking for a campsite, they can see that it's occupied. So I have 2 of my barrel bags, a red one and a yellow one. Just sitting there saying, hey, I'm taken. Lunchtime. Oh, 2 tortilla shells. Let's go ahead and open her up. So we have pickle relish from Sam's, mayo from Super One, two small tortilla shells, and a great value ginger sesame chunk light tuna. So what I do is I open up the top, I put in the mayo, I put in the pickle relish, I kind of massage it around and then spread it on the tortillas and gobble it down. Yum. But it makes a nice little packet. It's easy to throw in your day bag. There you go. So I'm sitting on the west side because it was darn hot out in the middle of the lake. And the horseflies were just chasing me around the lake. So got a little breeze here, so I'm going to sit and enjoy my lunch. My lunch. I find there's a real beauty in the ability of nature to adapt. I mean, look at this old spruce tree. Look at this branch. And up it goes. Wow. Wow, I think that's so beautiful. There's a similar thing with the birch tree over here. Obviously, it probably broke. Then it just came up, kept growing. It will not be stopped. There's a lot of cool stuff out there if you keep your mind and your eyes open. Wow. Here it is, August 1st. Another hot and muggy day. I did take the time to explore the majority of the east side of this lake, which is Perent Lake, coming off of Hog Creek. And to my surprise, I only saw 2 other parties in the campsites. But man, I hope it cools down tonight. We got one more day of this muggy stuff, then I'm out of here. But what a relaxing trip. Just come, fish. No luck on the fishing. Is it too hot? I don't know. Wrong time, wrong lures? Well, we don't know. But now on to a little dinner. Oh, I did set up the hammock over here on the point where I could get a breeze and actually fell asleep for an hour or two. But again, the idea is just come, unwind, and relax. So let's make some dinner. Yeah. Camp Chow mushroom casserole. Wow. And a piece of garlic naan bread. Dinner time. View ain't bad. Nah. Can't believe here it is at 8 o'clock at night, slightly thereafter. And it's still almost 80 degrees. The breeze has picked up. Man, this is really beautiful. I just love these rocks. Campsite centuries. But it leads me to an interesting story. Last night, I was just finishing up the fire, and I heard this buzzing sound. Almost as like, you know, a low rumble or medium-pitched rumble. And next thing I know, I was besieged by a cloud of mosquitoes. This did help. It put up a little bit of a barrier, maybe 8 to 10 feet around me. Wasn't that windy, and helped. So again, this time of year, you can use the other model, but I like this one. Yeah, a little heavier, but it has, you know, this container of fuel will last far longer than those little teeny tiny, I think, isobutol containers. Thermocell, backpacker. Look at that. Now there's a sunset in camp. Ooh, doggies. That is really cool. Wow. Wow. You know, I just come to think and realize when I look at the sunset, I think of gratitude. Gratitude for the day, gratitude for my blessings and my health. And yet, conversely, when I think of sunrises, I think of optimism. I'm excited for the day. I'm excited for the possibilities. But that is pretty spectacular. Well, good morning. Beautiful night. Not a breath of air, not a cloud in the skies. The stars were outstanding. Slept like the dead dog that I am. Gonna go out fishing a little bit. Already threw a line from shore. Nothing, no action, nothing, nada. But the sun is intense. It's gonna be a blistering hot one today. But look at this campsite. Isn't this beautiful? Really nice. So, make a little breakfast, jump in the boat, and I'll see you on the water. Ha! Welcome to Satellite Camp A. It's already heating up big time. Oh, look at the breakfast. Oh, the egg extraordinaire. Whoo, doggies. It's already starting to heat up in around the campfire, which is back in there. So I decided to set up camp here. Set up a little dining area. Satellite Camp A. Oh, have a little new toy. It is a lighter that extends. Woo. And it's refillable using your camp fuel. This. It's got a little adapter and you can refill it. And so far, you know, I barely put a dent, and I've used it to start the fire and also start the stove. But really cool. Nice. Time to eat. I'm hungry. And it's cool here. Got a nice breeze. You can just tell it's going to be one of those days where it's going to be hot, muggy, not a cloud in the sky. Yeah. 115 in the sun, August 2nd. Wow. That's why I'm not out there. It would be sweltering hot. So far I had 2 boats come through already. It's Friday, you know, scoping out the site. So again, I put a little marker there so people get close, they can see that it's occupied. But man, it's mid 80s in the shade and 114, 115 in the sun. Wow. All right, I moved this into the shade. So it's 84 degrees in the shade. Huh. Campsite's clean. I mean, it's well used, but I really feel like it's been respected. It's clean. I'm not finding any garbage. The fire grate was clean, but back here by the Donaker latrine are some really, there's the Una, old growth cedar trees that are just spectacular. I mean, look at these. Guess one of the advantages of being on an island. It's huge. It's huge, I tell you. Look at these. That's got to be, my guess, 3 feet this way. Just gorgeous old cedars. Obviously no fires here, no logging. I mean, just majestic. My gosh, look at the roots. Just gorgeous old cedar trees. Very proud trees. Here, W. Yeah. Want to go out in the lake? Want to go out exploring? Let's just see. Let's just see. Nah, I don't think so. That's why I'm gonna get up early and get on the lake and head up the creek before the winds kick up. This is a shallow lake, so it can get really whitecappy. Whitecappy? Yeah, lots of whitecaps really quickly. Boy, about 5:45. I gotta tell you, it got really windy, it got really rough, it got hot as Hades. You saw I posted the temperature was at least 114, 115 in the sun and mid 80s in the shade. So I sat up and got a nice breeze off the lake, did some reading and just relaxed and walked the island. It was very pleasant. And I munched all day, so I'm not that hungry now. So tonight for dinner, it's going to be the infamous Spam sandwich. Yeah, with horsey sauce and Arby's sauce. And for dessert, it's twofold dessert. Gonna have a Kind bar, and then my final Kit Kat. Because I know I need the calories, and then if I need later on, I can have a handful of Gorp. Good old Gorp. But I guess when it gets this hot, I just don't feel much like eating. I've been slamming water all day long to remain hydrated, so it is what it is. I just can't fathom a great big meal. So I'm gonna have, you know, little courses. More to come. Oh boy, an open-faced Spam sandwich. Firewood, kindling, awesome view. Friday night, August 2nd. Let's go out. Go to the point, I call it. You know, I listened to the weather radio, and they said that some of the gusts we had this afternoon were in the 20+ miles per hour range. And I believe it, because I was out here, gosh, late afternoon, and it was a howling. Not bad now. Sun getting ready to set. This lake really amazed me. I didn't know what to expect. I was ready to not really like it. I tell you, it's easy to get to. It's got interesting topography. A lot of islands. Really a neat lake. Again, Perent Lake. Entry point off of Hog Creek. Hi. Just the perfect size final night fire. For one person, possibly two, you don't need anything bigger than that. And with the wood that I have here, I can make that last well past when I'm going to be up. So with that said, I will leave some wood for the next people. The next adventures on Perent Lake. So I'm winding down. I'm going to sit out here for a little bit. Once it gets dark, I'll look at the stars, and then I will have some tea and off to bed. Because tomorrow I want to get up fairly early to get across the lake and head that way to Hog Creek before it gets windy. Good night. You may need to put on headphones, but listen. My clothes have been coated with Perenthian by Sawyer. What else? I do have my thermocell going, the backpacker model, and I have a wide brim hat on with a full, I think it's Sea to Summit treated head net on. So I'm in good shape, but it's just the sound. The cloud that moves. It starts about 9 o'clock and you can hear it come across the water. I bid you adieu. Good morning. It's just before 6 o'clock. It is gorgeous out. Got the sun starting to peek over there. The lake is like glass. So I'm gonna make some coffee, eat some oatmeal, pack up, and boogie out of here. Alrighty then, 7:30, actually about 7:20. I'll be on the water by 7:30, left a little bit of wood. The awesome campsite is all clean and double inspected, triple inspected, to leave nothing behind. So let's get on the water. All right, There's the campsite. There's all these little islands. And we're on the water. It's gonna be another scorcher day, so I wanted to get out here early. All right, heading into Hog Creek. I don't know if you can see them, but right there are two big trumpeter swans. So there's the entrance in from the beautiful lake. All right, 2.5 miles, I think. This little creek, Hog Creek, is just a joy to paddle. Got slight cloud cover, the bugs are out in force, so I've got my sun shirt on that's been treated with Perent. But this is just gorgeous. Horseflies are the ones I'm concerned about. All right, here's one of the many beaver dams that's on this. I think there's only one I'm going to have to get out and pull over, but this one, this dam, just go right through here. Busy beavers. Yet another beaver dam. It's runnable. You just got to get some speed. And I did have to don my head net. Styling. Hi there. Nothing bad. I think there's one big one we're going to have to get out, but this one, just more of a nuisance and buggy. It's buggy. It's buggy. So there's all kinds of crazy offshoots off of Hog Creek. But what you got to make sure you're looking at is make sure that you're on the creek that has movement, that has water flowing. So I always watch the reeds here and make sure that they're moving, so I know I'm going on the right course. Little rabbits. All right, let's go haul some gear. Short one. I think it's 10, 12 rods. Easy, easy. And I'm at the landing. But that's gorgeous. All right, it's at the other end of the portage. It's going upstream to the landing. Let's go get the canoe. This is a shortage. Pretty easy portage. Typical bouldering. One pretty big step. Other than that, easy peasy. Easy peasy. Here's the big step. You just take your time. Hello down there. Couple more smaller steps. And there's the boat. The boat. The solo. North Wind solo. All right. Right after the portage is the big beaver dam. Now I ran it coming in right there, but that looks like about an 8 or 10 inch drop. So I'm gonna have to go over here, find some stable and drag it over, find some stable footing, drag it over. How deep is it here? Pretty firm bottom. I just don't want to try running that. I can't. Oh, over here we go. All right. That's what you call a drag over. So I'll drag it up, and there's some pretty decent footing here. All right, let's finish this home stretch.